Okay, this is a video to show one way to try to repair a salad bowl in which it has a split in it. Now, I haven't glued this yet. This is what I just call a dry fit, just to try to see. The split runs right from the bottom there up to the top. I've closed it up at the top with this clamp, and it's also split down around the bottom, mostly over here, but also a little bit there. And if the light is right, you can see some light coming through there, but the light's not right for that right now. Now, when it's split there, what happens is the bottom separates from the sides vertically, and that's why I put these clamps to hold the bottom in the right position. Okay, I've tried cleaning this with some isopropyl alcohol. I've actually run some sandpaper up here. If I loosen the clamp, the space at the top is about the same as what it is at the bottom. Okay, I've closed it up here just to test that it will work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen the clamp. I'm going to mix this epoxy. I just happen to have this lying around, Loctite, part A and B, repair for wood. I noticed they don't carry this anymore. I looked at their website to try to see what the cure time would be on this and all that kind of thing. Anyway, I didn't see it, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to use it up anyway. It shouldn't take very long. I loosen it up. I'm going to try working the epoxy in from the outside, but I'm going to try to push it in as far as I can on both the sides and also at the base. Then I'll tighten it up again. Then I'll just let it dry. Then after it's completely dry, I'll take the clamp off, and maybe I'll try working some epoxy into that section, which I can't on the base because of the clamping is in the way. But I want to have the clamp there while I'm clamping the sides, otherwise they're going to move, and I don't want to. I don't need this right away, so I can afford to take my time on this. I'll hit pause and see how this works. Okay, there it is with the clamp off. I still haven't mixed the epoxy. I noticed the epoxy instructions must have been on the box it came in. It does not say what the set time, the working time will be. But so I'll just try to work quickly. Now I'll work the epoxy in. Okay, I was able to get the epoxy out of the tubes. It wasn't easy. On one of them, I had to continually try prying out old stuff from that area. I used 2 pairs of pliers. I used a knife. I used a razor blade to try to free it up without, the key here is without ripping open the package, which I came close to. But and when you do that, of course, then you just use up the whole thing. But here it looks okay. Now I'm going to try mixing it up and putting it in. I'm using a glove on one hand. Okay, I worked it in. I have tightened it because I wanted to, in case it was setting up fast, I did make kind of a mess on the back because I just tried pushing it as much as I could. Now I'm going to try to clean that up and get off as much of that extra as I can. Okay, I wiped off what I could. I haven't done anything on the inside. No, actually I did. I ran my finger up right along the bead because in some areas it was sticking out slightly. But I put all of it in from the outside, so on the inside the squeeze out was very small. Now on the outside, you know, as you could see before, it was all over here. I just wiped off what I could. I still am going to have to apply another batch. Oh, and I see, I'll have to try to get, I see some down there by the clamp. I might try to get off. I didn't realize it was down there. But anyway, I'll work on that. It seemed to have, it's now tacky. I can't put any more in. In this case, it seemed as though 10 or 15 minutes was what I had. And so I'll just consider this a first pass. And after this is all dried, I can obviously take some more and work it into the crack there. And I can also work some into the crack along the base. I didn't want to try to, I couldn't do too much at once because it turned out the time on it was only about 10 minutes or so before it was workable. Okay, but I think after after a couple of passes, I should be able to work it in to all of the areas and take the clamps off and even work it into an area where it hasn't been in, and then hopefully we'll see how it works out. Thanks.